What's up, everyone out there in YouTube land? So for those out there that were a fan of the GeekVape ZEUS RTA, the single coil top airflow RTA, but you wish you had a dual coil version, today is going to be your day, because today we're going to check out the ZEUS Dual, which is a dual coil version of that same RTA. And this one, actually, I'm not sure if it comes with it, but also has a bubble tank. So this is pretty damn nice. Got it sitting on top the GeekVape Blade Mod. I think it's a nice little pairing right there. Got a dual tri-core fuse Clapton in there as always. Set to 80 watts. Got it loaded up with some of the Emergency Vape Stash Blueberry Cheesecake. Let's have a quick vape and we'll dive into the ZEUS Dual. Oh man, I'm so happy about this. I love the ZEUS, don't get me wrong, love the single coil option, but having the dual coil option now with the bubble tank is just much, much better. It just makes things bigger and better. Now the ZEUS Dual was sent over directly by GeekVape for the purpose of this review. If you guys are looking to pick one up, they are currently on pre-order status, but the going price, if you pre-order one, they're going for around $32.99. Inside the box for the ZEUS Dual RTA, you're going to get the ZEUS Dual RTA itself. They're going to toss in 2 glass tanks. You're going to get 3 drip tips, 2 810 drip tips, 1 510 drip tip, 1 510 adapter. They're going to toss in some pretty nice pre-made coils. You get some extra O-rings, post screws, and then of course your GeekVape tri-tool. Now the new ZEUS Dual is going to look the exact same to the ZEUS Single on the outside, but the inside and the build deck are going to be completely different. This one's available in the media blasted or the gray finish, however you want to call it. It's also available in matte black. It measures 25.5 millimeters in diameter at the base. At the top, they're going to include 2 810 drip tips. You're going to get this one that covers the very top. See that little lip right there? See how the drip tip covers it? Pretty interesting. And then they're also going to include a standard 810 drip tip, very low profile. And then they're also going to include 510 adapter that you could plug in there. And then you can install the Delrin 510 drip tip or any standard 510 drip tip. I much prefer this look right here. Now we do have the threadless top fill, like on the original one, no threads on the top cap. And to fill it up, give it about a quarter turn. It pops off. There's going to be your 2 fill ports at the top. And these grommets or O-rings right here, make sure you keep these clean because I've noticed over time these things like to pick up odors. And if you're using a really strong liquid, the smell of the liquid likes to stay inside of these O-rings. So just make sure you keep them clean. Now we do have top fill, just like on the original one, which means it's pretty much going to be leak proof, which is really nice. We do have 2 10 millimeter air slots at the top. Of course, we do have adjustable airflow control. We can close it off, make it more restricted. Now, they do include 2 glass tanks inside the kit. These glass tanks will hold 4 mLs of liquid. Now, they did send over a bubble tank, and I'm not sure if they're going to include this in the kit or not, but I would strongly suggest GeekVape include the bubble glass in the kit. I have received about 4 tanks this past week, and all the tanks included a bubble tank inside the kit. So if they include it, it's going to be a big bonus, but if you got to buy it separately, it might be a bit of a disappointment. And there's a look at it with the bubble tank installed. Of course, it does add some juice capacity. I believe it's going to hold 5.5 or 6 mLs of liquid now. And since it is top airflow, of course, there are no air slots at the bottom. We do have the ZEUS logo machined into the bottom right there. Very nicely done. Gold-plated 510 pin at the bottom. And if we break this one down really quick, remove the build deck, pop off the glass tank section. This is going to be all one piece. Let me remove this. So this is all one solid piece. And your airflow is going to come in through the sides right there. Machine quality, very, very nicely done, just like the original one. So the biggest change, of course, is going to be the build deck. The original was a single coil. The dual is now a dual coil. So we have a 15 millimeter postless build deck. As you can see, no posts. We got 4 terminals. Each of the terminals measure roughly 2.25 millimeters each. And we do have flathead screws in the post. These are going to be your wicking channels right here. And the wicking channels are actually fairly decent, decently sized. Building on this, because it is a pulseless build deck, is super easy. We got your peak insulator separating the positive from the negative, and your airflow is going to come in from the side. And you can see how it's kind of milled on an angle, so the airflow is going to be directed up. So you want to make sure you mount your coils slightly higher than the air slot. And we're going to wick one up really quick. I'll show you guys the build I've been using. So here's a look at the one that I've been using. I'm using tri-core fused Claptons, the stainless steel ones. And I could have probably mounted the coils maybe a hair bit higher, but I still think that's really good position right there. It has really good flavor. And like I said, building on it because it's postless is super easy. You're just going to have to brush out your cotton and trim it a little bit because being dual 3mm coils, you're going to have a lot of cotton sticking out, so you're going to have to trim it in order to fit it down into the wicking channel, and so that way you don't pack it and end up getting dry hits. So I got it wicked up, got it juiced up. Take my tank, pop it on the top, screw down, and now we can fill it up. And I didn't measure how much this bubble tank holds, but I will tell you it's at the very least 5 mL of liquid. And there we go, folks. That's pretty much going to be it for the up close and personal with the ZEUS Dual. Let's jump back up. Let's jump back up and let's have a vape, shall we? So pretty much to make a long story short, this ZEUS Dual is pretty damn awesome. If you guys like the original one and you're just looking for double the pleasure, dual coil, you're going to love this thing. I'm telling you now. This is probably going to be my newest favorite top airflow RTA. That's how much I've been really enjoying it. Let me have a quick vape and we'll talk briefly about the ZEUS Dual. They should have called it the ZEUS D2. That would have been pretty cool. The D2? Maybe, maybe not, maybe so. The airflow, like the original, is so smooth on this thing. For being a top airflow RTA, the airflow is nice and smooth. Running it wide open is the perfect amount of airflow. It's a lot of airflow, but it's not too much airflow. Now the drip tips they include 3 drip tips, and I'm more of a fan of the 510 tip myself. I just like the height, the diameter of the 510 tip, but they do include those little shorty tips if you like. I like the quarter turn threadless top fill. Just makes it much easier to fill this thing up just like the original one. And once again, the airflow is perfect. I wouldn't give it any more. I wouldn't give it any less. The airflow wide open is perfect. Now, the bubble tank is where it's at. Every RTA or every tank that I get lately includes the bubble tank inside the kit. Now, if GeekVape decides to not include it and make you guys pay a little additional for the bubble tank, that's going to be a disappointment. So GeekVape, if you're watching this, I strongly recommend you include the bubble tank because people are going to love the fact, they're going to love the tank. The fact that it holds 5.5 mils of liquid is awesome, and plus I think it looks pretty awesome with the bubble tank on top of there. The black one is going to look sweet. I just got the gray ones. I didn't get one of the black ones, but that black one on top of this black blade will look pretty damn awesome. Now, building on it, postless build deck, as you all know, very easy to build on. The only thing that I would change, personal preference, I don't like flathead post screws. I hate flathead screws, but once again, it's all personal preference. But building on it is really easy. And the wicking channels, I made it seem like they were kind of small, but honestly, the wicking channels are pretty big. Running dual 3mm coils, I had to brush my cotton very little, and I had no problems putting the cotton down in there, not getting any dry hits. So building on it, wick channels nice and large, and this thing feeds fast. Like I can chain vape this thing no problem, and I don't get any dry hits. And the fact that it's top airflow and that it's leak proof, because I'm a leaker, I really like that. So what it is, it's a ZEUS with the dual coil option. So if you were looking for a dual coil ZEUS, this is it right here, folks. You'll be very, very happy, and it might be your favorite top airflow RTA too. Who knows? But GeekVape, awesome job. Very happy. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys today on the ZEUS Dual. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. Please hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to everyone very, very soon. Make sure you guys build safe and vape on.